Hello and welcome back to Saber Outdoors. My name, of course, is Mark Alexander, your wonderful host. And guys, today is the day that we are going to fix a few things that we have found that need a little repair. We're going to fix our wagon up. And guys, while I've been gone, they have already stripped the entire field. They've already took care of all that, and I'm very appreciative of them for doing that, them being my family. And guys, we're left with this here, and we've got us a cup. Now, why do we got us a cup? Well, I'm gonna put this cup on this hood of this truck, and I'm gonna take our cane and I'm gonna put a kink in it, and we're gonna squeeze a little juice out for us. And it may take a couple of joints to get enough to do what I'm wanting to do. But what we're doing, we're going to test, see how much brick this stuff has in it. This is not a very big stalk, so it's not producing a ton of juice, but we don't need a ton for this test. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit out here, just by hand. Of course, you can never make sorghum this way before anyone suggests it. But we're just going to find us new places that need to be squeezed and squeeze them. And, all right, so we've got us a little bit in our cup. Let's go try our refractor out and see what it looks like. Now, this is a bricks refractor. You measure sugar in bricks, but you take this and you put the sorghum here, and then you point that at the sun and look to see how much you got. Yeah. But I'm telling the folks at home because they probably never seen such a thing. I know we didn't know what it was for a long time. Yeah. But we're going to take our juice.
Now, is that mine or yours?
It's yours.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where you'd bought one.
No.
But I had one. And then I bought that and cost $200 and something. But I had one. I had one that cost about $30 and went from one to 70.
All right, guys, I got the finish refractor, not the raw refractor, because the finish refractor doesn't go down far enough for me to measure what I'm wanting to measure. That's my mistake, guys. We don't do this but once in a while, and I'm out of practice, as you've seen if you've been watching the series. But we're gonna do the same deal. We're gonna get a little sorghum in our pipe here. We've got our correct refractor. It works the same way, it just doesn't, the other one doesn't go down as far as we needed. But we're gonna put a little sorghum juice on that. Turn her over and point her towards the sun. 10, maybe a shade towards 11. How's that for our average, Terry? Good? Good deal. Well, guys, I wanted to check the sugar content before we started cutting, because cutting is a very physical process, and I knew it would be no point if it didn't have enough juice to make the sorghum. But I've got confirmation from an expert off camera, 10 brick is enough to make sweet sorghum. So guys, next thing you see, we're going to be either slinging some tools or slinging a machete. All right, guys, so first project. Our wagon that we put our sorghum on to bring it one place to another has a flat. So we're gonna change it out. But first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get hooked up, because we're gonna have to pull it where we got some air to work with, or do this the old-fashioned way. We don't want to do it the old-fashioned way. Good deal. I'll show you our fender. Back there is our fending tire. We're going to take that off, and we believe we've got a replacement for it. But we're going to pull up, get ready, and get to it. Well, guys, we're down here with our tire, and we're going to try and buzz her off real quick like with our fine impact wrench here. Not a problem. I was concerned it would be on there tight.
Oil on those where they go on a little easier?
Think you're
I think I'm okay for now.
easy.
Yeah, and that's good.
Just be easy. I don't want you to come down on you.
Oh, fuzzy. Okay. Well, our tire has a little bit of stuff behind it, so I'm going to take and clean this off, and we'll try our other tire in a minute. Be right back. All right, guys, we got us another wheel. It's actually a spare off of a truck that we've got laying around, but we got her up on there, and we're going to put our bolts to it, tighten her up, and that'll have this project done. All right, guys, I didn't want to hit it too hard because I just don't want to do that to this. It's old and worn out, and I sure would hate to replace this today, but as you can see, she's round and rolling, and we're gonna put a little air in it, and we're gonna call this a job well done. All right, guys, we are in the field, and Paul is cutting the first cane off. Now we've already got it all stripped. I'll pull them off for you.
Yeah.
But we've got it all stripped. Now, we aren't going to cut the heads off just yet. We used to do that kind of thing. But, see our heads there. Pulling the few leaves off of the top we missed. But, we're gonna do the same. Now, get me a knife. Now, in the old days, we would take a cane, we'd get her up, knock her off just like that, and we'd get it lined up. We'd pull these leaves off the top, of course, and then we would hit ourselves in the face with a head. We just knock him heads off like that. We don't do that no more. We'll show you later how it is we do it, but right now, we're gonna try a little experiment before I get very far into this. All right, guys, we got our Ego electric saw here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see how these do just sawing them down.
That's all right. Nothing.
Now that ain't bad.
And yeah.
We might make some motion. Guys, I just mowed down about 10 in about 5 seconds. It's a little bit awkward, but it's a start to a new beginning for maybe something we might do in the future. But today, I'm gonna hold that saw and I'm gonna saw these dudes down. We'll have to pick them up off the ground,
But don't let that thing get in your leg.
for sure.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so we've kind of been working with this new idea, and I'll show you right now in practice what we're doing with it right here. So what we're doing, Paul's a holding, and I'm a knocking. And however much Paul feels like is a good handful, that's whenever I start. But this keeps us from laying it on the ground and losing it.
No, wait. Yeah.
Not saying that we don't lose some of them. But so far, this has been a pretty good little system for me and Paul. You know, I'm not swinging my arm off with Machete, and Paul ain't hunkered over, you know, picking it up and everything. You know, he can just stand straight up and do it. And I can get over the little amount I need to whack it off. But guys, we're gonna be doing this a different way next year, because this is working too good for me to swing a knife too awful regular anymore. All right, guys, so we have finished the first 4 rows. We got them plumb all the way down. Now, we've got us a bunch of heads here. Now, we don't put heads, if we can help it, through the mill, because they give it a bitter taste. But instead of cutting them off individual, I'm about to show you how we do this. We take our handy dandy chainsaw and we go plumb to the end, y'all. We get them all lined as much as we can. We take our chainsaw. Oh, and if any of you were wondering, yes, that's really satisfying to do. But in the meantime, we're gonna get repositioned on another bunch of rows, take us a break, and we'll be back after it before very long. All right, guys, we're getting towards the end of day one, and I've got my mother up here. She is working with her machine. Why do you have a leaf blower in hand?
Because I'm blowing the acorns out of the area, or as many as I can, so that when people arrive, they won't slip and fall. It's a safety issue.
Yes, very, very much safety issue. And have you done anything with anything else?
I have blowed the leaves away from the edge of the pan so that when the fire starts, the grates and stuff won't catch the leaves on fire.
And that is no fun, guys. I can tell you that from experience. But you can see the ground here is covered. Mom is taking her machine and she's blowing all them little acorns down the hill. There's going to be some squirrels through here that's going to dearly love my mother for that. They're all piled in one neat little ring. But guys, we're going to leave my mother alone to do her thing. And we're going to head back to the field and give you an update on that. All right, guys, so I thought I'd give you a quick cane patch update. Guys, you can see we've got 8 rows down. We do have several more to go before we have a very full wagon. But guys, we have started in earnest trying to get this done. And the whole family is pulling together in order to do the job, which is probably one of my favorite things. I get to talk and visit with my family more during this time than any other time during the year. Doesn't matter if it's Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, any time of the year. This is when I get to visit and be with my family the most. Well, guys, I know you probably can only see a flashing light, but we're pushing this dude in with this Big John tractor here. Pretty neat little operation, to be just honest. What we're gonna do, I don't have the trailer behind me, but we have a chain hooked to the back of the trailer. We're gonna wrap the chain around the bumper so that I can stop it, or I can push it with the bumper. We're gonna get up here, we're gonna get her done. We for sure have control of this. I'm going to ease up. Guys, we doing it. I was as soft as I could be with it. But he's gonna real easy like guide it with the tongue up there. going to keep all the moisture off of it. If it has moisture, it will mold. So we're trying to protect it from any rain and any problem that we might end up getting into. But guys, that really is all for it tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys, day 2. We are on La Machine, the big green. And guys, we're gonna pull our trailer out. I'm gonna get my uncle started, get him hooked up and ready to go. And then me and Grandpa are gonna run to town for some fuel, because all these tractors need some fuel. It's a lot easier to go get the fuel and bring it back to the tractor than it is to go bring the tractor to the fuel. But we're gonna pick up probably 15 gallons worth of diesel and gasoline, you know, combined. And I think before it's all over with we're gonna get this done. Mama's already here, my mother that is, and she is getting ready to go up to the sorghum mill and clean and fix and work. We got to clean all of our tubs, we got to clean the pan, clean all the instruments that we use in the pan. Guys, we are a country operation through and through, but we are a clean operation. Everything will be scrubbed clean before we start anything. And that includes the mill. We will wash the mill out before we get started so that our sorghum will not sour. But guys, for the moment, we're gonna get hooked up to this trailer and basically do a reverse operation of what we did yesterday. Instead of pushing it in, I'm gonna pull it back, and I'm going to use the bumper as the brake. Softly as I can, but guys, it is what it is. Once again, we're hooking straight to that axle over the bumper. And my Uncle Terry's gonna go up front. He's gonna steer while I pull and push and do all the heavy work with the tractor. Not being hard on him at all. Not being hard on our equipment. Now it's going to roll back into me probably when it comes off of that concrete. That's okay. But all I need you to do, grab those. Grab the next bunch. When you grab them, grab with just one hand so I'm not cutting my old cane again.
I got you. Okay.
But let me do this. I believe that's all of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Makes sense.
But you can see we don't have any of those really big stalks. Yeah. Grandpa doesn't have to take as much with him. Teach your kids a little bit. Take care of yourself. Little stuff like that. Guys, here's my crew now. My teenagers came. Let them all make themselves known. Who are you? Do you want to use aliases or your real names?
I'm Jackson.
There's Jackson.
Harlan.
Ethan. I'm TJ. I was here earlier.
I knew it.
Just changed jobs.
Yeah, he's on the saw now, and I'm looking for other things to do. I believe I'm going to go see about this tractor over here for very long. But guys, if I'm working on the tractor, you'll see that next. If I'm working up at the mill, you'll see that next. But whatever it is, we'll see you there. Well guys, there's our field, and she's just about bald. Now, we've cut 32 rows completely through various methods. Sometimes we had to use a machete, and other times we was using our new method that you saw earlier. But guys, we're gonna finish up our cutting and we're gonna put it up. And I don't know if we're gonna show any more today or not. You'll find out in just 2 seconds. Well guys, that's the end of this episode. We have got it on the ground, put together, cleaned out, and I think we're gonna make the next episode I post. Thank you so very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification, subscribe. It costs you nothing, and it means everything to me. It means that one day I might do this for a living and not just for fun. But in the meantime, thanks again for watching. We'll see you somewhere in the woods or on the water.